This is normal. Yeah. Hit the broom.
She doesn't appear to be nervous at all. She's saying this is normal, making sure the rock is nice and clean, which is so important.
It's a beak.
Just concentrate. Throw exactly the same weight that you're throwing throughout the whole game, and she'll make it.
Stressing to the front end that she wanted the nose hit on this final stone.
Oh, she's got a good one. She has got a good one. She is going to hit that rock right on the nose. Don't jump, turtles. That's perfect.
Canada will score 2 on end number 10. And Canada celebrates a world championship. Heather Houston, Lorraine Lang, Diane Adams, and Tracy Kennedy have defeated Norway. The final score will be 8-1.
The Air Canada Silver Broom awaits the winner. The final rock of the 10th end. Hackner must kill both Alberta stones and save the shooter.
Oh, he's well out there. Now it's starting to curl. Is he going to hit it?
He's going to get a piece of it. He may have it.
Oh, it's a hit. Can you believe that? Almost back. 1,000 to 1, I said. Can you believe that shot? Fantastic. The whole crowd is standing up here, Don. That is the most fantastic shot I've seen in curling. And Ryan coming down in tandem saying, good shot, Al. Look at here. He's well up by the guard. They haven't lead up Brushwood. Look at Lang. He's watching. He's moving over a little bit.
So I actually have 18 provincial banners up there, which is, that's lots. My parents curled. One day he said, okay, here's a slider and here's a broom. I'm going to teach you how to curl. So he took me out in the ice and I flopped around for a bit. Got a few good slides in. By the end of that day, I guess I could call myself a curler, and I started curling from that point.
When I first started playing, which is many, many years ago, the Western provinces, the Prairie provinces just dominated. All of the Brier champions and the Scottish champions were from Western Canada. When we won, it was really in the 70s and 80s, we broke through that barrier and people started realizing, gee, you know, you're from Thunder Bay, you're from Northern Ontario, and you can win. We started realizing, gee whiz, if we work at this, we can be as good as anybody.
No one practiced more than I did. I was on that ice down there throwing rocks every day. And for the most part, I'd have the ice to myself. There was hardly anybody there. But once we started winning by 80 and 81, and even by that point into 82, I'd come to the rink and I'd go throw some rocks, and the place is full. Everybody's practicing. Everybody's trying to get their game up. I think I showed them what can happen when you work hard at your game and practice a lot, turn an average curler into a champion. I was kind of miffed at the time because I couldn't get my practice ice when I wanted to, but I was in, well, I guess everybody else is going to start getting good now too.
When people like June Shaw went to national championships and curled for many years, Anne Provo went in '83 to the Scotties. Lorraine went with her that year. As soon as you saw people like Al and Rick and Bill Tetley winning, it was something that you could believe you could do. It became a realistic goal for people from this area to think that they could play at the national level. I remember thinking we're never going to beat Connie Laliberty. One day in Dryden, we finally did. It was a pivotal moment for me to realize that if we worked hard and we worked together, we could beat somebody of her stature.
When we had won the silver medal the first year we played in the World Championship, we were disappointed. We wanted to win the gold like any other team, and it was tough then. Like, you were expected to win the gold. And I remember us going back to our hotel room after and you know, we were saying to each other, well, we're a first-year team. Like, we've only played 1 year. We can't feel really bad because we came second in the world. The other thing we said to ourselves was, we have another chance. We got to come back next year and we have to win it.
We were Team Canada going back to the Scotties the next year, and we were fortunate enough to win again and go to another World Championship right away. Using the experiences that we had gained the year before, we went to Milwaukee, a much better team, played very well in the round robin, played a really great semifinal against that same team that beat us in the final the year before, and then played a Norwegian team in the final. So when people ask me, even to this day, was it relief or excitement? Well, of course it was excitement. You can't compare it to anything. But it was a great deal of relief too. We felt that we needed to win for ourselves and for our community and for our country.
You get the right combination of 4 people with a similar goal. All of a sudden, you're feeling the success of that, and it still continues on today.
Back when I think to, when Al and Heather were winning, I think it was the environment around the curling clubs. Like when they talk about the stories of how lively the curling clubs were and just the atmosphere around it, I think they just had a lot of fun. And it was something to do in the winters here when it's cold. And I think that they just kind of loved being around the curling club. So I think that just, fueled them getting better and better.
Rick being our coach, and I curled with Lorraine. Heather's been a big part of our lives, and same with Al. Having them just kind of paving the way for the rest of us, I think, has really helped, and we look up to them. I want to be a champion like they are. I want to be that world champion. I want to win the Scotties. I want to do all those things that they have done.
I can't say specifically why they were so successful. To be honest, I think they might have just had the right people at the right time. So, when I think about Al and Heather and Rick and Lorraine being out, and now Rick and Lorraine kind of coaching us and Al helping teams, and so it's just kind of kept it going that way.
We're the right size of city where curling can be a significant part of our community. Once you kind of get a competitive resume going, even as a community, then you have to strive to keep up with that. And so I think it's always Krista's trying to keep up with, Heather Houston now and so on. So that the bar is high here, and then that drives people to play better and harder.
You still go to the club on any given day of the week, and Rick and Al and Heather and Lorraine are around. So, then you get their influence and starting to coach younger people, and I think it just kind of continued.
There's this sense of awe in some ways towards them because they're world champions. They're two-time national champions and incredible curlers. But at the same time, they're the most down-to-earth people that you'd ever want to meet. It's that kind of thing that I think leads other people to want to be like them. They're role models in that way.
I have a family, a husband, 2 children. I always feel like I'm pretty lucky in my life because I have all of the things that I've really desired, and curling being one of them, just being that competitive person. I love being out in the ice, but also, to be a teacher and to be a mom and a wife, I think I'm pretty lucky.
I'm a gardener. I'm a bit of a graphics person. I love being from the North Shore of Lake Superior. This is my part of the world, probably one of the most beautiful places anywhere. I'm very comfortable in Thunder Bay, and I believe in Thunder Bay, and I believe in the people of Thunder Bay, and I'm happy to know that this is where I belong.
When we go away, we're always, supported by the people that cheer for us. And I know when we came back from the World Championships in 1982, the greeting we had from the city of Thunder Bay was unbelievable. It seemed like the whole city came out to greet us at the airport, and our little motorcade back to the hall where we celebrated after. It was one of the highest moments of my life.
No, we hadn't been to bed for probably 2 days just with the celebration and the travel and everything. And but man, the adrenaline was going, and that was the best part of winning, was coming home and the celebration and the fact that so many people were so proud of us and happy for us. It was tremendous. Was born and raised on Nora Street, so that's 3 blocks from here, right? Literally lived here. Like, we would hang out here and play. Krista does that now. Her kids come and then they throw in the next sheet. Yeah, this was our rec room. So
when our kids were little and we were both competitively curling, it was like in the summertime there was a calendar, and we had to plan out our spiels. Like, you're gone this weekend, okay, I'm gone the next weekend, okay, you're going this weekend. We had a lot of time away where we were doing the parenting as just a single parent.
You gotta have the right team and the right chemistry and the right situation to be able to win. And so it's not like, well, I'll wait 5 years and do it when the kids are older. You know, we had to do it when we had the opportunity.
I can see now that Sarah is knowing what I'm talking about now, and how hard it is and how tired you are.
It's very hard. As sad as it sounds, I can see why women do have a harder time staying in sport, because, you know, when the pregnancies, we haven't always timed out the pregnancies right for curling, and then you're at home on mat leave and trying to balance it all. And to be honest, it comes down to us having supportive husbands and grandparents. When we're gone, having the time of our lives at the trials, like my husband's here carrying 2 kids around, the grandparents are bringing meals, like it takes a village. Even the number of times Heather has come here to watch my kids just so I can get to a curling practice.
Juggling my life is something that I love. It's hard to give up teaching to go curling, and I could never give up curling just to be a teacher. Like, it's a part of my life, and I think if I had to give up something, it would be a hole and it'd be missing in my life. So we make it work. We juggle a lot of things. The kids are very busy with their curling and their hockey schedules, but we have the best parents and the best helpers to really, you know, give us that lending hand when we need it. And it's fun. Like, this is how I want to live my life, and it's exciting. And, you know, I just have to draw on all the positives of, you know, everything that is happening in my life right now.
Hackner, Houston, Lang, and now McCarville. Those names have been a part of Canadian curling history for a long time.
It's actually quite unbelievable when you look out on the ice and there's, you know, 20, 30 banners from championship teams. So a bit of that is history, and, you know, knowing that a lot of teams from Thunder Bay are successful, and it doesn't matter where you're from. You know, you could be from the smallest town or a big, big city.
We don't play quite as much as the other teams do, but we seem to always kind of squeak into the pre-trials, have a really good performance, and then we always say you never know about the trials. We're going to go out there and we're going to play the best that we possibly can. But for us, like, our goals are to win the Scotties.
Of course, I'm tremendously proud of Sarah. She's really committed. She works hard at the game, and she's become very good. And so coaching her, I don't have that anxiety about her performance very much. I always know she's going to play well. And we just managed to build a relationship that kind of works for both of us and the team. And it's a thrill for me to be part of her success now and Team McCarville's success.
Combining how amazing it is to be in a Scotties with then having that community that supported us the whole time. When I think about that kind of coming together, it would just be, the most special thing we've ever participated in. Like, I just get goosebumps thinking about it.